Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Open the Discord here. And happy Thursday to all. Video will be timestamped for VOD watchers down below. And how's everyone's week been? What a wonderful sunset, right? Possibly one of the best sunsets we've ever built, I think, in 7 years, is the view from the estate across the skyline, isn't it? This has got to be one of my favourites. It's either this one or the view from the governor's office in the mile grid as the best sunset. Maybe I'll make a video on that actually, a little short. What is the best sunset in the OE cities? This one's got to be up there, surely. Shannon, Great Ganji, Tom, Mr. Funky, Nomis, CL Bear, Bread Pickles, Campos, Joshua, how are you, mate? So nice to see you. Real Plim Shady. Finally caught one of these lives. We finally caught a real Plim Shady. Welcome in, mate. Thanks for stopping by. This was the first build I followed along with you. Still have it in my save files. I was thinking about that actually before I started the stream, coming back to Noob Yolk. Indeed, VOD watchers, please feel free to leave me a comment as well. But how many of you have actually followed this series as the Noob's Guide, as it's intended, that kind of hand-holdy, slow-paced build along? How many of you actually did that? So there was a few of you that really enjoyed Noob Yolk for that reason. Hey Mustang, all is well, mate. How are you? It's nice to see you, bud. Hey Joseph. As a console vanilla player, I've played Noob Yolk so many times for inspiration, so I got it back on the live stream. I'd love to hear that, Ganji. Good map, isn't it? Diamond Coast is probably one of the most favourite maps I've built on, which is surprising considering it's like a base game release day map. You think it would be of lesser quality, but I love Diamond Coast. I'm also blowing on a hot coffee here as well in case you can hear any sudden winds passing through the mic. Welcome to all 47 of you joining me as well. So yeah, today there's been a lot of DLCs released for CS since Noob Yolk finished. I think the last DLC to go into it was Skyscrapers in the secondary skyline we ended up building. So Emerging Downtown's just come out since then. All the stations, sports stuff, there's loads of stuff out for it. So we'll add some, I think, into what in review, having glanced about what I was going to do today, is some really horrible builds. There's a load of nasty, high-density assets knocking about over here. So I think a bit of a downtown renovation around the highways using some DLCs would be most welcome. So that's what we'll do today. We're essentially playing with Ilium's mod set. We've got some like quality of life stuff on. Just to free things up a little bit. So basically all this. Goodbye. That's all terrible. Get rid of that. And all this as well. So I'm thinking downtown Noob Yolk doesn't have a stadium, does it? So I think stadium by the elevated highway and monorail is going to be quite tasteful, isn't it? Hey Eggsy, welcome to the stream, mate. How are you? Nothing like some fresh afternoon eggs, says Counting. How are you, bud? Hey Pete, welcome to the stream, bud. We need to find the solution so you can do city showcases. The solution is having an Xbox and a capture card. But yeah, for the volume of them I would get, it's not worth it. It's too much effort to show console showcases, unfortunately. I wish I could. I wish there was a way there was almost kind of cross-compatibility. But yeah, no dice, unfortunately. So here, we'll bring in, I think, a sports venue. Any shouts for stadiums, anyone? I'll try and pick one we don't normally gravitate towards, but I know we end up using most of these anyway. I think something like Arrow Park is going to be too big, isn't it? Hey Jude, welcome in. I think this is just too big for the scale of Noob Yolk. It does fit quite nicely in the skyline here though. The Tinderbox Stadium. Yeah, I think Arrow Park's too much for Noob Yolk. It's too big. Yeah, the Tinderbox comes on a little angle as well, doesn't it? Which is quite nice. And I think really kind of fits the more tropical theme, doesn't it? Hey Lilo Mini, Rocky Thomas, welcome to the stream, guys. When is a Dubai themed city happening, or something like Hong Kong? I've thought about a Dubai build before. I'm not sure. Usually whenever the inspiration or the urge strikes to build in a particular style, you know. I have considered a Dubai build before. I'm going to just move it just to turn this 45 degrees, I think. And see if we can find a happy little place for it where it will plug into this road here. Actually very tidily keeps its connection there, doesn't it? And although I might need to bob off just a few of those palms. Do we have those on a sub-building? Yes, it's those ones there. Perfect. Amazing. Okay, I'm happy with the position around that. And we have quite a lot of pedestrianisation around here. I think it's going to make sense to make this pedestrian as well, isn't it? There's probably no need for that to actually be road. So we'll send this through down here. I'll keep that as tram only. People can still walk on that. Lovely angle. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? What brings you back to Noob Yolk? You guys have been asking for it. Ott suggested it for quite a few times, but I couldn't get into it. But it turns out, which I'll show you, by the way, if you're interested. This is a very niche problem to recreate, but if anyone is suffering with it. Noob Yolk was built with an old mod called Big City, which was just 25 tiles. That mod is now severely broken, and if you played with it, all the tile boundaries will kind of break back to what they were, back to 9 tiles, and all your districts on the map, like campus areas, industrial areas, parks and stuff like that, will be deleted, making it an absolute nightmare to fix. But if you take this option here, when you load in, it will kind of convert it to the working 81 tiles code, which is very handy for getting into old cities that suffer with tile problems. But yeah, if anyone's had issues like that, turns out you can fix it that way. Very handy. And a massive shout out to Lands for that as well, of course, the absolute icon of our Discord tech support scene. It was Lands that came across that for us. So we're only here because of Lands tonight, everyone. We owe him a great thanks. With the back of the stadium here, we're running into some terrain. So we'll see what we can do to modify this. Might actually just bring this node down a touch as well. Do I want to go low as this one? Possibly, because that actually pulls the tunnel down a little more realistically, doesn't it? Like it's burrowing into the earth, rather than down into the ground, which I'm happier with. And what's our height difference here from the stadium? About 4 contour lines. Could even do a little retaining wall key step here thing. You know what I mean, don't you? What they're called? Stair keys, content creator ones. That looks pretty good, I'm happy with it here. How are you, Josh? Are you working today? Good old Lands, I know, right? We would be lost without that man. He does it with his own free will to provide us all with Some of the finest technical advice you'll ever receive in your life. Really is a genius. Okay, I don't want all this to be concrete. Let's knock our time of day on here as well. It's going back to night time, isn't it? There we go. We'll make it quite as dark. I love this saying. Hey, Bad Wolf, isn't it like extremely late for you? What time is it in Perth right now? I also have a question. What map is the best flat land on PS4? If you have Sanctum Gamers map pack, which you should because it's a really good one, Farmland Flats is like a 94% buildable area. I think that's the highest in the game. And it's a really nice map as well. And not me, you took today and tomorrow off. Are you satisfactory in? How far is the nearest monorail? That's a good question, actually. Just down the road here, but I could absolutely relocate it to feature as part of this little square. Or we could have it stop twice. There's absolutely no reason for it though, but we could make more. Or we could put it on the road. Should we put it on the road? I think we should, right? I think that's the obvious, very obvious choice there with that. There we go. And then we'll hook it in somehow. I'm not sure if... Can I turn off no bending here? For a somewhat sharper line. Don't know if I like the sharp angles on the monorail. Looks like it's been pinched. It's like someone's pinched it off, isn't it? This one's alright. I think, is it just too sharp an angle, maybe? Let's move that back a little bit. No, I don't like that. And again, is that road bending? Is that what's done that? Okay. It does not like that. Anarchy's definitely unhappy here. We'll just leave it like that. I think Anarchy's just warping this little section, but it'll survive. Okay, and I probably want to bring the station up to the same height as the road as well. I don't like this little dip down into it. We'll bring everything up to this level. Hey Darren, how are you? Strange behaviour from the monorail. Yeah, I think Anarchy just misbehaving itself. Nice to see you, Darren. How are you? Ian B as well. Welcome in, guys. Hey Rich, how are you, mate? So nice to see you. You've been in here for a while. My apologies, Rich. Nice to see you, mate. How is... Been to New Zealand already, right? That was New Year, wasn't it? I think it was. You okay, monorail systems? Okay. They'll space out again on their lines. Let's bring some fancier trees into the road network as well. Fine, thanks. Long day finished. Glad to hear it, Darren. A work from home day as well, my friend. What fantastic news. We love that. Is there any hello broken bus line? Were you? Yes, you were. There you go. Yeah, I was wondering if there's any other entrances we can respect around the edge of the stadium here to bring it all together. Because we're joining an airport here. Which honestly, I wouldn't mind redeveloping this further as well, because we've got some mods so we can do some placing of nice buildings here. If anything, I'm considering migrating to PC from Xbox. I would, mate. It's essentially a different game. This version we're playing here right now with this mod set is essentially my perfect city builder. These are the mods I play with. Some of them are recording and maintenance mods like Watch It, like you don't really need to bother with that unless you want to keep track of nodes. Things like Find It, Plot the Growables, Network and Anarchy and Network Multi-Tool, Node Controller, like those little gameplay expansions are just, oh, this is so good, man. I adore Cities 1. If that isn't abundantly clear. Especially on PC. And on Steam is a very important note to that as well. Don't play it on Epic. Makes it significantly more of a ball ache to mod it if you go on Epic. You've seen the Concorde, have you, Rocky Thomas? Incredible feat of engineering, of course. Let me get rid of all these little rocks here as well. Yes, New Zealand was just for a month over Christmas, New Year, so back to the grind now. You're in Manchester at the moment for work. So a bit of a change of scenery. Are you rich? Very nice, mate. You enjoy Manchester. Whereabouts are you? You near Chorlton? Or Oldham? Or Shaw? Or Salford? Anywhere near there? Not that you have to dox yourself online, by the way, to the live chat, Rich. Okay. I don't know what I want to do with this. I feel like I want a pedestrian road here, so we can connect it into that. But we'll just anarchy it over, I think. And then I'd like it to come into... I wonder if we can do some fun node control there. It'll probably be quite tight, but it might look really sick, so we'll try it out. Need quite a long segment for that. And then we want to shift blue the other way. He's going to pull red back with him until we pull that back as well. The tram line's getting unhappy. Starting to warp into another dimension with my node controller powers. Can I tolerate that? I think so. Sorry. It's probably very loud in the stream, that noise. Are you staying in Chorlton, are you, mate? I love Chorlton. I have had many a session in Chorlton, Rich. Happy days. With Manchester Party Gang. Good, mate. I'm glad you're in Manchester. Yeah, we need some bars, cafes, or fans coming to watch. Yeah, I think this is residential here, so we'll tear a lot of this out. We'll give them entertainment. Asset suggestions, Lammy? Question mark. Mandatory doxing in chat, yeah. Rich location revealed. You want to come and join for a session, Chorlton? I'm here next week too. I might actually do that, Rich. When do you go back next week? I'll be in Manchester. Not this weekend, but the one after, if you're still there. We can go to a Brazilian barbecue if you want. There's a place called Fazenda in Manchester. That's the greatest place on earth. It's amazing. Love the rock in the middle of the tram road. Did we delete it? We just got some rocks then, did we? Oh yes, there you go. There we go. I think something a bit more impressive than that road. I don't want to go tree line because the stadium is essentially tree lined. Okay, and then we'll make all of this under highway area completely walkable. Which I imagine must be incredibly noisy to walk under. Okay, I think I'm happy with this stadium configuration, right? Chat's enjoying this, I think. There's a couple of nice ones in After Dark paired with a terrace 2x2. Yeah, we'll check out some entertainment assets. Tourism ones as well. I still love CS1 in many ways. I play it on my PS5 now. With my PC. Such a challenge. Yeah, console is a very different ballgame. I'm sure the bus stop was messing with the monorail. Possibly Nook. Yeah, it could be. Thanks for asking. It's a bit better. It's a slow process. I'm starting to get bored. Are you recovering, Lilo Mini? Sending condolences and support if you are. You might have already told us that before, and I apologise if you have. But get well soon. So we'll give some terrace space here for crowds to pass through on match day. And we'll make sure we make this walkable as well, actually, because otherwise they won't actually use it. Let's send them here. Imagine the terraform trying to lay out the favelas. You can see... Oh, what's his name? Oh, I've forgotten his... What is it Dirty Harry? Eggsy knows Dirty Harry. Is it Dirty Harry? It's something Harry. Very modded CS creator. But he built the favelas in CS2 before any of the custom assets using like sheds and stuff. It's insane if you haven't seen it. Dirty H, yes, Dirty H. Go watch if you think about builds like that. Go watch Dirty H's CS2 favela build. It's absolutely insane. Like it's just like mental. Absolutely wild. Love being back in Noob Yolk. It was my first exit. So nostalgic, says Anita. Thank you so much, Anita. Appreciate that. That's really kind of you. It's one of my favourite cities as well. It's old as well now. When did Noob Yolk start? Was Noob Yolk... Noob Yolk ran with ILOS, didn't it? So... 2023, so it's 3 years old now, is it? I'm asking you guys when I built my cities. But you guys will know. When was it? Hey, welcome into the Noob Yolk stream, mate. Will you be playing the new City State when it releases, Egg? Yes, absolutely, yeah. I see you got pushed back though, did it? City State got delayed this week. Hey, Mags. Rune Penrod as well. Welcome in, guys. 2022, was it? It's 4 years old then. I'll tell you if you can tell when I started and finished building Cassidia. Cassidia. You started Cassidia the same time as Palaven. And it took you 4 years to build, so you would have finished it in 2024, Rich. And we showcased it in right at the start of 2025, didn't we? Because it's been on City Showcase, which is one of the best cities we've had, by the way. Shout out to Rich, who was the builder of that city. Very nice. Do you know what I fancy here? Little path roundabout. We'll build it and then move it. Just two units, that's all we need. And then we can do stadium ground detailing through here. Might even reclaim some more grass here. So you just come straight out. Got so many mods here, man. This is like mod live stream. I can't actually tell where this is connecting. Is there a path here? Did I draw one down? I'll have now. I don't need to worry about node wastage. Noob Yolk is done. I'm actually curious what Noob Yolk's node count was on, actually, because the city didn't end because of nodes. Show panel. What are we on? 75% is quite high, to be fair. I guess 3/4 if you want to get mathematical about it. Noob Yolk was the vanilla city before Orchid Bay. I'm pretty sure Noob Yolk started because Ilos was about to replace Navaria. It was going to be modded. And I wanted to keep the vanilla people happy. So I was like, right, okay. We will do a new tutorial series to run in tandem with Ilos. I'm sure they started around the same time. Noob Yolk maybe a few weeks earlier. Before Ilos started. Let's get some props in here. Jerry Senior, I think, of course. Perhaps a bit of a memorial to an ex-player. I love your vanilla series. Glad to hear that. Thank you very much. Appreciate you watching them. Noob Yolk came after Navari, didn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Where is Jerry Jr.? He doesn't have a statue. Absolutely not. He's a criminal. he's a terrible human being. He's a human trafficker. He won't have a statue. His dad was an upstanding citizen. Jerry was not. Jerry was scum. Did we lose Bad Wolf, by the way? Did she answer what time it was in Perth? I asked and then moved on from the conversation, didn't I? Not sure if I can still see the answer. It's disappeared. First episode was the 11th of January 22. Too bad I can't take some of those nodes and add it to Orchid Bay. I am still here. Welcome in, Wolf. How are you? I have some notes I'd like to share with you as well, Wolf, on the Zomboid Noobs Guide. We'll see if we can hit some VC over the weekend, possibly, if you're around for some Zomboid. Love this visual of like grass and concrete walkable space mixing. It makes me very happy in CS. In both games, it's one of my favourite things to build. Absolutely magnificent. We could make this a park area so we can place park buildings in here. I'm sure we'll probably have a park area nearby, won't we? We can just steal. That's pedestrian area. The beach is a park though, isn't it? Absolutely is. So we'll bring this through. Just get park life assets down. Beer tents as well. Maybe a little beer tent aesthetic, perhaps? Maybe. 2:30 AM. Why are you awake, Wolf? Are you insane? He's a good sleep. We've been working late. Orchid Bay was the best vanilla build. I loved it. Yeah, I could go back with network multi-tool to Orchid Bay and reclaim a couple of thousand nodes, probably taking it back to 90% and squeeze some more builds out of it. I could do that with Palaven as well, to be fair. It's just going back through and removing highway nodes, network fencing. Do we want City Park? I think Zoo is probably going to be too stylized, isn't it? And amusement park or stuff, definitely. We do want a Ferris wheel. A Ferris wheel in the grounds of a stadium isn't something I'm totally against. Maybe, we'll leave it there. We definitely have some toilets. An information booth over there, perhaps. Ticket. Gazebo's not really the vibe. I'll stick a playground with the Ferris wheel as well. See if we can blend them together. Maybe trampoline park as well, actually. Definitely get some fun, fair vibes in the grounds of a stadium. There's quite a lot of tat knocking about Old Trafford these days, actually. I love the wild hedge line. Once you start, you can't stop. I use it in place of like a hedgerow, because at least everywhere in the UK, like if you're walking through an inner city street, if there's not a building, 9 out of 10 times it's a fence or a hedgerow. So, but I just get obsessed with them. I probably overuse them. A lot of people question when the hedge police are on me. They say, how do people get in to maintain the interiors when there's like landscaping inside them? Which I understand, but I guess the gardener can just vault the hedge, right? if you want to have that conversation. Or you've hurt your back so you can't sleep at the minute. So sorry, Wolf. The grass looks so weird on this theme. Yeah, this is the vanilla tropical theme. I don't know if there's resource under here. It might be a resource colour. We can have a look. It's fertile land. Sorry, I know it's forestry, that isn't it? Not fertile. Where is it here? Yeah, forestry. Yeah, I don't mind the tropical theme. It is quite dark, but it's cute enough. Oh, Rob, look at with a €11 super chat, but we didn't say anything. Thanks so much, Rob. Appreciate the €11, mate. Holy shit, again, Mehmet? Dude, what are you doing? Mehmet, man. Mehmet with 50 gifted memberships. Dude, again. That's 2 streams in a row, Mehmet. That's 100 gifted memberships this week, Mehmet. Are you insane? Are you wild? Mehmet, thank you so much, man. Mehmet's paying the mortgage, everyone. Mehmet is paying the mortgage. Wild. Thank you so much, dude. All members, you now get early access to the next episode of Rannoch. Find that over in the members tab if you're interested. Mehmet, you can name the stadium, mate. Let me know what you want it as. I need to get some sort of celebration sound, don't I? Hold on, I have one. Hold on. Wait. Exactly my response to your 50 gifted subs, Mehmet. Thank you so much, mate. Absolute nuke of membership. Wild. He's also a tier 3 patron as well, by the way. And a YouTube member. Well, I was dropping 100 gifted subs a week. What the hell, Mehmet? Thank you, man. Mental. Hey, Mino. Welcome to the stream, mate. Welcome to the stream. Peacecraft Stadium. I love it, Mehmet. Oh, and I've just realised what we can do. We just referenced that this can be kind of a memorial. Not that Mehmet is dead. Obviously not. It's a memorial to a still alive player, but the player that is... You add the spaces in that. Definitely didn't copy and paste that from YouTube. Memorial. I'm just going to do SQ, full stop. There you go. It can be abbreviated. Noob Yolk's greatest ever player is memorialized, and for some reason, we're riding a horse. But we'll look past that. Thanks so much, Mehmet. Just crazy, man. Appreciate you. Okay, mention some beer tents as well. Let's turn our attention to that. for which I usually find the food store number 1 a pretty happy solution to this. Let's have some over here. We'll do 3. And then we'll use move it to piece together. Could be the memorial, or yes. Yes, Rich, it absolutely can be the memorial, 100%. I love that. Memorial is hilarious. Amazing, amazing, Rich. Brilliant. Love that. Fantastic stuff. I think I've got too many here. I'm trim back to 4 aside, I think. Do you want any seating around here? I can't imagine they would have seating here. Not a lot of it anyway. This is for like quite a lot of thoroughfare, you know, there's a lot of people passing through this. I think seating would just almost get in the way, wouldn't it? You go to sit in the stadium, really, don't you? Not out here. Maybe some in the greener spaces by the park stuff, but I do want to do an extra path there just so I can see them walking either side of the beer tent. Is there not a pathway here? Oh, they're walking on the stadium, I think, aren't they? Yeah, it is. It's on the stadium, isn't it? Oh, okay. Yeah. It's massively node wasteful. Don't do that everywhere. You'll regret it. But I'm fine here. But the whole chat is just members now. The whole chat is members. Hey Alex, welcome to the stream. Can you call the Diamond Coast Noobs? Yeah, sure. We can call the team that. Hi from France, Mr. Egg. I love what you're doing with the game on YouTube. Glad that I can catch you live. Keep doing what you do. It's great. Thanks so much, mate. I had to say thank you very much in French. Should know this. Is the Darren still here? I should know this. I did high school in French. I should know thank you very much. It's not civic play, is it? Is it that? Really don't remember a lot of my French. It's terrible, that, isn't it? My apologies to the French subscribers. Merci beaucoup. Yes, of course. Of course it is. Of course. I knew that. That's an obvious one. That's an obvious one. First thing I see to the live chat is a Darwin saying ho 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 after mentioning the French subscribers. Hilarious. Yeah, so I think make a little bit of a Phoenix fun day over here if you like, if anyone gets the reference. Jerry the Berry can be entertaining the children over here. Right, and then a little restaurant as well, I think. Something from Leno's pack. Might even be able to get them sat here as well. Might be able to do something really nice with this little corner, actually. That's what you want, Egg. French isn't easy, I guess. I can't remember if I found French hard or not. I got a C in it. It was kind of average. I have much more interest in languages as an adult than I ever did as a teenager. But yeah, for some French can be hard. I know this isn't exclusive to French, but in a lot of the European languages, at least maybe Asian languages as well, I'm not really sure. But the annoying female and male variants they have with words was super irritating to get used to. Hated that. I still get corrected right now if I speak to my Italian friends, because it happens in Italian as well. I'm not sure if they have it in Spanish, female and male variants, do they? I imagine they probably do. It's not a Jacques hammer, it's a Jacques hammer. That Family Guy episode, yeah. No, it's when you want about Rich, yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking one of these little rooftop bars here. Probably quite a few with them. Don't think any emerging downtowns. Shibuya, possibly it's a bit much. Struggling to find assets I actually want to sit with this. University City, maybe? We'll try it. Lurker here as well. I think it's my first time live. Welcome in, Chicago Mike. Indeed, are you from Chicago? It's very interesting if you are. Chicago's a fascinating city. It's nice to see you in here. Green Cities Market's rich. It's not a bad shout, mate. Green Cities might be a go. Although the fact this is called Game Go, I might leave this in. But we can definitely get some green cities around here for sure. Do I want to turn this one sideways as well? Very possibly. There's gameplay on here too. Can we see people using the stairs? Yes, cashback everyone. Skybar asset, yeah, Skybar's not a bad shout either. I actually didn't struggle too much with the gendered words, made sense to me. Spanish was hard to learn because of the gendered terms. I know we actually have quite a lot of non-native English speakers in the chat here. How did you guys find English to learn? Obviously it's just what I grew up with, so it's just normal for me. Although I can hardly speak it sometimes. I still get quite a lot of it wrong, but that's okay. No one's perfect. Yeah, for the non-native speakers, did you find it hard? And if so, why? Any more entertainment assets in here? We could do a dipper. Is that too much? Do we dip or don't we dip? Should we do a poll for that? There you go. Love how part of that crowd outside the stadium is just congregating on the road and tram tracks. Yes, they are, aren't they? Also into the earth as well. Pull that Noob back a bit. There you go. Perfect. Let's have a little hydration break here, show you some nighttime views while we catch up on the question of the week. And then we'll add the dipper in if we want. Got everyone to pick up the kids. Catch the less rate. See you later, Lammy. English is supposedly one of the hardest languages to learn because we have a lot of words that mean different things. Yeah, like the there thing. Like that must be a pain in the ass to learn. And all like the through, though, thought. Like there's a lot of very similar words that all mean very different things. I guess that can be a pain in the ass, can't it? Easy for Tommy. Took me 2 years to be fluent while traveling around Europe and Canada, but I worked hard to get the accent. We get a lot of free English learning from TV series and movies. I believe that's why a lot of, at least especially the people I went to, specifically the Swedes actually in uni. I went to university with 3 of them, and they all sounded very American in their English, and it's because they learn a lot of it from US sitcoms and stuff, which would make sense, I suppose. So there's been a power cut. Looks like New York needs a power plant. I watched British TV shows originally, subtitles and language, so I listen and read at the same time. My family did that with me actually when we were learning French as children. Yeah, used to watch French films. Don't ask which ones. I have absolutely no idea. Let's have a little posture check as well, please, everyone. Protect your spines. And a little like on the live stream as well, perhaps, if you're feeling so generous tonight. Go down wonders. Yeah, we are pretty badly out of power. Is that a budget thing we can just address very quickly? Pretty much, yeah. There you go. We're fine in the daytime, it's just the nighttime budget that's dropping, is it? Yeah, the daytime one very nearly would as well, though. Although your English now has a Texas twang, doesn't it? Isn't that an interesting accent to pick up? When you're learning English, of all of them. The Texan one. I suppose it's worse. We should become a Scouser. Could always wear the Scouse please. I'm gonna be happy with that. They'll be disliking the video as we stream, which is fine. I think we'll do some tile extension here as well. Could you imagine learning English actually? That would be a fascinating social experiment. Teach someone English, but only from Scouse sources, and see how their accent develops. Wouldn't that be a very interesting thing to see? I wonder if anyone's ever tried that before. Streams are such a good way to spend a lazy afternoon. Glad to hear, Bread Pickles. Appreciate you spending your free time here, mate. Thank you so much. Let's line all these up. Really starts to mess with your eyes. That pattern. If you stare at it too long. Okay, detail that out. Can we just tuck some concrete under there? No, of course. You went to the form. We'll have to place tiles down. That's fine. My life now revolves around these concrete decals. I suppose I could finish it up to there as well, couldn't I? Did you get more City Showcase submissions? I've not checked actually. Do you want me to have a look? Should we have a look? We have had... Where was the last one I got up to? Couldn't load that one. One that I haven't checked out yet. From when I asked on, what was it, Tuesday? Yeah, we had one sent in. It really fluctuates with the City Showcase series because we can have a flurry of people finishing builds over a few weeks, and then it can be a few months before people come to finishing builds again. So sometimes we're overwhelmed and sometimes we're understocked with it, really. But I haven't checked out the one that's come in since Tuesday. Got some of these little scam £1 car rides here as well. Fleece the parents. It's not a type of detailing we get awfully involved in very often, really, the amusement park stuff. One of these cute little game corners. Not really got room for it now, have we, with the dipping? What did the poll say? The poll said we do dip. So I think we'll leave it in them. And I'll just have some trees in here, I think. Keep it exotic. Some tall California palms knocking about as well. Which I'm sure, are the palm leaves dangerous to the mechanisms of the Big Dipper? Possibly. Is that something to consider, perhaps? Not if a palm leaf gets stuck in. Because they're pretty fibrous palm leaves, aren't they? I imagine they might jam a mechanism, etc. Hey TC, welcome in, mate. I was hoping to submit my CS2, but the updates lately have messed up the city for some reason, so I've started a new one. Yeah, whenever you're ready, Exy. See, that's the thing, you know, like cities can take... Like, my average city lifespan's like a year to 18 months it takes me to complete a project. So, like, they take a long time to come in. So it's like, yeah, okay, I look forward to seeing it in 18 months. It's like, kind of the problem with it, really. It's, the demand far outstrips the supply. But they're very worth it when they do come in, because I think City Showcase has been one of the best things I've added to the channel. Just so much fun to give those cities a space to be seen, you know. There's some amazing ideas in them. The city, I can't remember which submittee it was now or who submitted it, but the ones that had used all the countryside DLC stuff. That was so cool. And they made their own like back garden farms and stuff. Like seriously, one of the best detailing ever. Absolutely loved that. The worst American accent is definitely Baltimore, Philly. I've heard a lot of hate for the Boston accent. Or I guess wider Massachusetts metropolitan districts. I think that one's quite harsh, isn't it? I hear a lot of hate for that. That's not my opinion. Don't shoot the messenger. There's going to be a ton of angry Boston people in the comments after this stream. But I know that's quite frowned upon, isn't it? I love the Southern American accent. Then again, I probably find kind of like the California basic accent quite irritating as well, you know? Kind of like your classics, Starbucks, sort of Orange County vibe. That one irritates me quite a bit. Not a massive lover of that one. People are walking through the bathroom there. Want some signposts here on these big path junctions. Lots of places to walk here. You would expect directions, etc. Let's bring in some planters just so we can break up a large area. Really would love someone to walk through this. I don't think they're going to though. That's okay. I'll go over it. British accents are my favourites. There's a ton of British accents. There's a lot of them. I'm triggered as a Southern Californian. I'm sure. Do you know what I mean? Like, the whiny one. Like, the Kardashian accent. That sort of thing is what I'm talking about. I'm sure, like, there's a lot of very lovely Californian accents. Indeed, I have family in California. I just don't want to hear them speak. Essentially. No, I'm joking. They're like mountainous California. But you know what I mean, right? The kind of the whiny LA basic accent. Boston accent is packed my car in the garden. Yeah, lots of H and A's, is it, in the Boston one? Boston accent is like harbour instead of harbour, right? Okay. Sheldon's accent is thick Texas. The Carolina accent is gorgeous, I'll point out, by the way. I love the Carolina accents. North Carolina in particular. In or around Charleston. Anywhere around there. The Valley Girl accent. Is that what it's referred to as? The Valley Girl? We have the same here. It's the exact same sort of vibe, but here they're known as Chelsea Girls. If you watch a show called... is it called? Made in Chelsea? Is that the reality TV? There's so many of them now. That sort of personality arc, you know? Like, oh. Get out. Get away from me. think we'll get some nice trees in here. My favourite UK accent is Doric. Which one's that, EMB? Do you mean Dorset, the farmers? Oh, the Scots accent's so thick, the Scots can't understand it, okay. Can't say I've heard of the Doric one before. Where are you from, Egg? I have a guess, but I'm not so sure. So most of my accent is from the north-west of England, kind of west of Manchester area, is where I spent 18 years of my life. Then at 18, I lived in London for 3 years, which really changed the way I pronounce some words. This like uncivilized northerner coming to the south. And then I was there for 3 years, and then I moved way up north from where I grew up, which is a really thick northern farming accent up here. And then I've been around that for 10 years. So my accent is a mess. It's all over the place. I pronounce a lot of words quite differently to people do where I come from. But the drunker or angrier I am, the more my home accent tends to come out. But yeah, it's been influenced by a lot of different areas in the years it's been around. Oh, Lloyd Murray with the £5 super chat. Coco needs snacks. Thank you so much, mate. Coco isn't in her bed, otherwise I'd put the cam on. Also, thank you so much, bud. I appreciate that. Appreciate £5. I will. You know what? Her little gift bags actually that we get from the pet shop that are full of dried chews are literally $4.99. So you've actually paid for the next one, Lloyd. Thank you, mate. I will let her know next time. Doric is spoken by old coots from Aberdeen. Yeah, real far north there. That's what I thought. It sounds like London to me. You think? Do you think I sound like I'm from London now? That's horrendous. I hate that. I really hate that. Yeah. Bro, how are you? Do you like the BRT systems? I think it's very powerful. I love the BRT systems. I do. BRT is really cool. I had a lot of fun with the one we did in Rannoch. How are we looking around nighttime here? Are we nice and lit up enough? Yeah. I'm really liking this. So this is a significantly better development than what was here, wasn't it, right? And still using the same assets, just a bit of quality of life available. Fantastic. Right, this residential needs to go, and I think we'll bring in some much nicer high-rise towers. They're right by the beach here. Like, this is some Green Cities fusions, maybe. So I did see some really nice Green Cities fusions in a city showcase recently. Maybe we'll try some of that. I love daytime streams because they have a Coco cam. It's not exclusive to daytime streams. Hold on, she's not in her bed. Hold on, let me I'll come move her bed into position with some toys around it, and she might get in it for you guys. Let me give you a little nighttime aesthetic here, and I'll get her in. People want to see you, Coco Beans. Yeah. Alright, she's in her bed. I'll just have to pay some quick scratch tax now. Just bear with me a second. There we go. Right, okay, and she's surrounded by toys. Let me turn it on. Don't know if she'll stay there or not. It's quite dark, isn't it? It is quite dark. Yeah, you can hardly see her in the nighttime streams, to be fair. She is there. I can turn the main light on. Hold on. See if that helps. Oh, it will, because it's more light. Okay. We'll see if she stays in. She is here. Just about. I need to get a better mount for that webcam. There you go. Sorry. I was to get distracted by the dog. There she is. Her leg is hanging out of the bed. Everyone says hello, Cocoa Beans. Everyone says hello. Cool. You know what, we might work in the evening actually. I don't want to maybe bring it a little darker. Maybe not so bright on the sun there. Something like that maybe. A little bit of late afternoon action. Okay. So Green Cities, I think, is the play. Now, I think the fusing I saw, it was one of these like wood panelled towers. Like these ones. Fused onto a taller, well, actually maybe one of the taller wood panelled ones there. Maybe something like this. She's on her own mission there. She's cuddling her purple starfish, if you guys can make that out. You can also see Pink Bone, which is the long time favourite toy, and Elephant just behind her as well there in the cam shot. But she's spooning her pink starfish. If you guys can see that. Very adorable. Very cute. I try fusing emerging downtowns at the base in Green Cities as the tower. It actually works really well. Yeah, we can try that. Any particular emerging downtown assets? Quite a wide pool. Totes ador. It is totes adorbs. Yeah, I agree. And then maybe a second smaller wooden building here. So we're getting a much more elaborate Green Cities building. Might be quite loud for them here, but it's fine. They'll have to live with it. It's their fault for moving in next door to a stadium, isn't it? Quite dark actually, isn't it? Sorry. Move that back a touch. You're more likely to see commercial towers in residential. I think you get towers near stadiums. London is a very good example. See you later, potato pizza. Cocoa is the best. I'm glad you think so, Darwin. No, we'll do mixed use, Mehmet. We'll do a mixed use. The 4x3 asset with a roof garden is really good in particular. I think I know which one you're talking about. Is it commercial or residential though, this one? This one's roof garden, isn't it? Yeah, it does have an actual garden on it though, which I don't really want, but I can probably hide that. Right here. Is that residential or commercial? That's residential, that, isn't it? There is a commercial variant. Is that really garden though, or just mossy roof? Let me have a look at all the emerging downtown stuff here. Is it only the residential that has the green roof spaces? So these commercial ones just like moss and nothing else? Which is fine. Like, I'm not massively bothered about the simulation function as long as it's aesthetically nice, but I'll help it if I can. It's a 3x4 residential asset. This one. That one doesn't have it. Yeah, these are all the old style ones, aren't they? This one. To fill this like final cube. Do you want the roof garden to fit there? They're just gonna sunbathe directly into people's windows. Which we might have to look over slightly, I think. And let's bring everything up to the same height here as well. There's some nasty terrain at the bottom of the towers. Let's grab all the nodes and stuff. And actually to the same height as the stadium. There we go. Like that. Am I happy with it there? Can't clip through that side there really because it looks awful. We have to totally push it in. Looks like it looks like a fantastic spot to sunbathe if you hate the sun. Yeah, I agree. Very narrow sunbathing spots. Yeah. I don't mind that one, Bread Pickles. There's still some little zones trying to go in here. Let's get rid of these, shall we? Okay, I think I'm happy with that. I wonder how well wall to wall fuses with green cities. I'm thinking if we find one of the repetitive cube assets, essentially this one, and then we'll double that up to make complete cubage. We'll do some fusing science here, everyone. Why sunbathe when you can window bathe? That's the some spots I would go to. I hate the sun. Burns me. Burns me. I'm too white for the sun. I just turn into crisps. Crispy eggs. And then... Oh, you know what? That might be perfect, actually. It's either going to be perfect or absolutely horrible. Does that work? I love the airport bus there. Hello. Let's get a street view, shall we? Did we like that? I think that looks really nice, actually. What a total accident that was. Immediate fusing science paid off, everyone. A like on the video if you like that fusing. I think the glass around the bottom of it really opens it up, doesn't it? Our own mixed juice zone in, essentially. That looks awesome. Everyone likes it. Great. Maybe 3x3 base from those cubes would be nice. So yeah, you could take it as wide as you want, Notorious. Yeah, you could take it as wide as you like. Essentially leaving like a 3x3 space in the middle for whatever asset you want to piece in the middle of it. At night time as well. Oh, yes, I think so. I remember that one for William. I'll take that one elsewhere. And how we feeling about this too. Yeah, I love all the wooden paneling here. I wonder if we can reset this to get a similar shade of brown wood, maybe. Yeah. We're keeping that. That is a yes, please, Darwin. We said we play, so to speak. Should move some of this fencing and find out what's happening with the nodes around it. Let's come down to the same height, just for ease of use. I was going to open that into a big super node here on the road, but I think that's just over-engineering for the sake of it. I don't need to do that there. Let's tidy up the base of the tower. I'll leave quite a lot of green around it where we're going green, so it is here. Hey, I got work, but I got a moment to check out the stream. Welcome in, Sapphire. Someone in the chat, actually, earlier, Sapphire, was debating about moving from console to PC. Which I know is a migration you, yourself, have just taken. So, did your PC part arrived? Was it yesterday? The last one? You can make a Vancouver-style tower with that. Yeah, that is a lot of Vancouverism, that, isn't it? Should we try that again then? Another wall-to-wall fusing? These would probably fit a tower quite nicely. Oh, you know what? That really joins the corner there, doesn't it? I think quite a thin tower here. Nothing major. Am I just like randomly selecting assets that are fitting first time here? What is going on? Do you like that one? Just protrude down into the bottom foyer, if you like, a little bit. I think I like it. Hey, EasyB, how are you, mate? Welcome in. Thank you for 103 for joining me here as well, guys. Appreciate you coming out to see a little bit of Noob Yolk renovation. Yeah, I think I'm on board with it. I think I am. I'm going to delete this concrete. And concrete as well. Make this walkable space just because I can't resist it, everyone. Can't resist it. Boom. Fantastic, right? We should see them actually pass through the underneath of these buildings, which are all full of functional props as well, because they're part of a building, of course. Which essentially pre-details the city for us, isn't it? And then maybe some like mini botanicals. Lots of colour. Lots of red. Possible pink as well. Some taller palmage. Single California tall. And some rocks. Fantastic. Hey, fireplace, it's going well, mate. How are you? I think it works. Yes, please. Looks nice, spicy. We like. Wonderful. That's great news. Much more interesting little area that now, isn't it? Starting to see these fun little corners develop. Back to the main road, of course, which actually looks over the airport from here as well. Let's not forget that, shall we? Really cool views across Noob Yolk International. Fantastic. Bring some trees out the front here as well. And... oh, no. Didn't want to do that. Didn't want to do that. Oops. Let's bring that back through. There we go. So let me rezone that because they'll disappear otherwise. There we go. Yeah, I just want to expand this down here so it looks like a place people would walk through. Which I might be able to do that with just a single pathway tucked in nice and tight, actually. Yeah, perfect. And then tree. My posture is awful. It's like a shrimp at the minute. Like folded in half, like lawn chair bunny. Every spot is a good spot for dog parks. I agree. I agree. Nice to see Coco cozy it up. Yeah, we've just put her there. She wasn't there a minute ago. She's been. The heating is on. Anytime that happens, you can always find her nearby to a radiator. We'll continue the bollards across this. Bollard fence, possibly. Can't really resist some bollard detailing when I buy plazas and promenade roads. Do I have it across the garden or not? I feel like it might look a bit weird. And we could do some car parking around here. Are you guys averse to a multi-story in this block, or is that... I feel like that would look a bit weird there, really. We approve of a toasty bar. What did I like? I'm late, what did I miss? Hey, Xena. Not across the garden. Green parking. What? Electric vehicles? Do electric vehicles if you want. Could just do more green cities towers. That does give me a parking facility, but building on top of it is a little bit intrusive. Some bike stands. Peculiar in it. It is peculiar, Darren. Good evening, Stephen. I don't mind that here on the corner, you know. Considering how close we are to the airport, I could certainly entertain some hotels. Oh my word. What is that? The very tight node there. Bring that down a touch as well. I think I like the hotel here. And then maybe expanded hotel complex around the back. And then we can have a hotel right by the stadium. Yeah, they are suffering noise pollution. Might be able to help a little bit with that. We'll do a row of oaks between tram line and pathway. We make them frequent enough. They might just dampen the sound a little bit for us. Is this commercial or residential here? I don't mind the full blocks, but I think any little awkward pieces like this I'll redevelop. Possibly them there as well. And the highway's also here as well. That's going to be super loud. I imagine a bulk of that noise pollution is coming from the stadium there. Okay. So many mods in chat, man. You love to see that. It's nice to see so many wonderful people. Thank you for joining me tonight. Appreciate you. Stick a community pool by the hotel. Is there a little back door in this building? No, there's not. That's fine. Okay, we'll have that. Possibly tuck forward a bit actually. As long as there's pool by a hotel visual is really what I want to achieve here. And then to complete the hotel complex, we'll give it... And we could go poppable Green Cities car park, and actually we had quite a few shots for that in chat, didn't we? Which will be... these ones. Not a lot. We can pretend, or even implement in fact, because it's a city builder, a park and ride system for the stadium. Can we get a third one in? So we'll slightly peel onto the pavement. Might be able to do with it. I heard the part with Mehmet paying next mortgage. Yeah, Mehmet's paid the mortgage tonight actually, that's it. It's done now. No more mortgage. Sugar Daddy Mehmet has paid me off. Gotta go, enjoy the rest of your stream. See you later, Lalo. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate it. On some fence here. Well, maybe hedgerows actually. I think hedgerows will work quite nicely. We might even be able to do there. Use some of the cute little after dark entertainment buildings as part of the hotel. I guess I'll go with the benches, I suppose. Oh, no. It's not what I wanted to do. There we go. As if it's essentially a little beer garden, maybe just for hotel guests. Or change of heart. Maybe we can have a screen that shows the game outside the ground. The beer garden attendees. We do that? Possibly. I think I'll go for that instead. Oh, Javier Lee K8B with the $2 super chat. Here's a small gift before I go. Thank you so much, Javier. Appreciate it, $2, mate. Thank you for watching the stream. Appreciate it, bud. You have a good evening. Or afternoon, I guess, for American dollars. Yeah. Little fan corner. Can't get a ticket. So this can be like, especially like hotel football outside of Old Trafford, essentially. Like kind of a hotel, well, football themed hotel. Where you can watch the game in the foot of the grounds, if you like. Which is a great area for city inspiration, by the way. The whole redeveloped Salford Keys area is like amazing CS inspiration if you haven't seen it. Definitely check it out. Coco Cam, she's snoring now actually. She's fallen into a deep sleep, so I imagine she'll be there the rest of the stream. I have family in Luxembourg. Have you guys ever been there? What a place to have family. How did Floridans come to make it to Luxembourg? Or was it the other way around? Maybe. Never been to Luxembourg. Have you, Darwin, Minor? You guys are right near Luxembourg, aren't you? Have you guys been? I can't remember if you answered on Tuesday. What's your favourite beer or drink? A vodka cranberry is usually what I drink if I'm out getting drunk. Yeah, I'll drink vodka cranberry. But I also love cider of any variation. Dark fruits or apple. I tried a plum cider once, which was like the sweetest thing I've ever drank, but it was amazing. Yeah, any sort of cider or vodka is usually my go-to. I used to like real ales, but all of a sudden, at like 23, like the smell of hops from real ale gives me a really intense migraine, so I don't really drink beer anymore. Maybe develop some sort of allergy to it, perhaps. Yeah. Sugar is what I drink, basically. Sugar. The shape of the building slightly resembles the shape of an American football. It does, doesn't it? It does, actually. How about some nighttime around here as well? Oh, one of them stopped complaining about noise pollution. It worked. That's good news. I actually wonder if it's the commercial beneath them, giving them noise pollution, you know? It might be. Oh, she left? She has left. I will turn off her cam until she returns. As I said that, she wakes up and leaves, doesn't it? I jinxed it. I shouldn't have said anything. Have I ever had a transfusion? What, a blood transfusion? No. I haven't. Have you? Very random question, Flopsy. I've never been the other side of the country for me. It's never been a tax haven, so maybe there is the Florida connection. Maybe. Maybe Sapphire's family are diamond smugglers. Maybe following their profits through Luxembourg. We can spread rumours. If I became allergic to beer, God can strap me down. I was never that attached to beer anyway, so I wasn't really that bothered to not drink it anymore. The Beast Awakens, yeah, she's third now. You know where she's gone, don't you? Have a wild guess where she's gone. I can hear where she's laid down. No, a transfusion is cranberry juice, ginger ale, and vodka, is it? Right, okay. That makes a lot more sense, Flopsky. No, I've not. That sounds pretty good, though. I've never had that. There's always whiskey. I wouldn't ever voluntarily drink whiskey, I don't think. I'd have to be in some kind of, I don't know, life or death situation to drink whiskey. I don't think I've got a cultured enough palate to appreciate the subtleties of whiskey. Which I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's a very intricate process that goes behind aging and production, but unfortunately something that's lost on me. Same with a lot of wines as well. Like, a lot of wines can be incredibly expensive and developed, but it's wine in it. Do you know what I mean? It's just wine to me. Not particularly a connoisseur. There's a really good channel actually. His name Tom something, and he's like a wine snob channel, and he makes really funny videos rating wines. It's actually pretty funny to watch. Can't remember his name. Someone might know in the chat. Tom something. If you search Tom Wine on YouTube, it'll come up. But he's quite this flamboyant English dude who reviews wine. Pretty hilarious. Pretty hilarious viewing. I like it. I might not put any fusing in here. I think that this close to the highway is a bit ridiculous for residential, maybe. Even though that's basically Glasgow. That's what Glasgow looks like, really. Nice to know you never had a blood transfusion. Anyway, I know, mate. I was thinking, that's what I was thinking. Like, that's such a random question. I was like, hearing the word transfusion, like blood transfusion was the first thing that came to my mind. I was like, don't know. Not that I'm aware of. But yes, all of my blood is my own, I'm pleased to report. Although then again, I might have done, who knows? I probably had one as a kid, right? I don't know. No, probably not. That's not a normal thing to happen to a baby, is it? A blood transfusion. It doesn't matter anyway. It's not even what he meant. Literally doesn't matter. Yeah, Glasgow's got high-rise student halls right by the motorway. They must love the noise. No, imagine the nights in them student flats, Rich. Them student halls in Glasgow. There must be wild scenes in there. And good times, I'm sure. Pull that node down to the height of the building there as well. Which still needs to be slightly adjusted. Actually, I'm just going to raise it up a little bit, because it will hide that tear in there. That's fine. Or that clipping, rather, not the tearing. Are you okay? I've not changed your spawn point, have I? I'm very sorry, pharmacy. There you go. You seem to be okay. And these are all served. Yeah, cool. These ones as well, actually. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, everyone's happy. Not too much building spawn points work there needed. Let's take a little walk through here, shall we? Actually, have I got a first-person camera on? Don't know if I do. Actually, Maury is going to a hotel. I'll follow her. Not in any kind of malicious way. Just with the first-person camera. Oh, Sapphire with the $1.99 US super chat. Back to work for me. Bye-bye, Egg. See you later, Sapphire. Thank you for the $2, mate. Appreciate it. You hope work finishes quickly so you can get to the new PC, mate. Thanks for stopping by. Tell you what, if I can pause here, I really love the murals that are visible from the street view here. From what is admittedly a very tall person. Nice little bit of core to the street level, that, isn't it? They're putting up a 36-story student tower just now overlooking one of the busiest sections of the M8. Grim, mate. Grim existence. I could not imagine going back to student halls. Don't know how I found that enjoyable at one point of my life. Look at that person on the balcony there. See them? Sunbathing, looking out over the airport. Fantastic. I really like that little district there. Now you mentioned possibly pushing up some developments into here, because I think there's a bit too much forest around here for what this actually is. This is like inner city airport frontage. I can't imagine we'd have so many trees through here. And I did just mention a need or a desire for car parking, because of course Noob was before the vanilla car parks were even here, wasn't it? So we don't actually have any in this city, which is quite interesting. Apparently there's a motel near Berlin somewhere that's located in the middle of the autobahn between the two directions. So in the YouTube documentary, it must be insanely loud. Same deal with that farm on the M62, innit? Like, just horrific noise pollution. Just delete these little rocks here. I feel like I want the museum turned around. So the planes are facing the road or away from it, everyone? I think toward the road, right? So you see them as you're driving into the airport on the arterial. Is everyone familiar with the M62 farm? Should we go to it, Rich? Should we go show people the M62 farm? I drove past it the other week, actually. I was on my way to Huddersfield. And we drove past it. Let me come to menu here. I just had that USB resetting thing again. I had no idea why that keeps happening. I need to look into that. Can you guys hear me now? Are we back? I think all my USB inputs just reset again. You guys can hear me, right? Just let me know in the chat. Yeah, you can hear, cool. Where is it? It's further down the 62, isn't it, Rich? It's further down the 62. Yeah, there it is. Start Hall Farm. So major, for those that aren't familiar with the UK motorways, is like a major road. Crossing the Pennines, connecting Manchester to Leeds and Bradford, basically. And there's a farm here, right between the roads. Where is he? Yeah, here you go. So it's a functioning living farmhouse, and you can just see the traffic flanking around it as the motorway passes through the Pennines. Like, it's even cheap here. Like, just crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. So the rumor was that this guy refused to sell his land, but apparently that isn't true. The land of which the house sits on apparently is too marshy for foundations, so they could simply bypass it. But horrendous, right? Imagine waking up flanked by a major arterial motorway. Pretty awful. Next time you think you hate the view from your own house, it's probably not as bad as some other people have got it, is it? Imagine trying to sell that as well. Or I guess maybe it's such a famous house it would sell quite easily just so someone can say they owns it. Because it's quite popular. I think if it wasn't, imagine actually trying to sell that house, like arriving for a viewing. You're like, oh, ignore the noise. That is beautiful. The Pennines are gorgeous. A lot of the north of England is very pretty. Okay. The Peak District is gorgeous as well. Maybe you can do a tribute to that farm in one of your cities, split the motorway at one point and have some farming industry between the carriageways. Didn't I reference that somewhere? I think in Orchid Bay, Rich, I referenced that house. And that's when someone called me out on it, because they said it's not because they wouldn't sell their land, it's because the land itself isn't suitable for the foundations of a motorway. I'm pretty sure it was that farm near the downtown in Orchid Bay I referenced that, wasn't it? But yes, it wasn't between the motorway like that though. That was a different setup. But yeah, you're right, Rich. We we should do that reference. Again, it's very rare I actually lay down highway roads, isn't it? I usually use the highways that come with the map. But yeah, we could absolutely do that. Especially with the mods, I think it'd be much easier to pull off. Maybe we'll do that in Ilium Rich, actually. We want a lot of car parking here. I'll get a multi-story unit in as well. And find a better way to transition this hill, because it's quite immediately steep here, which I don't love. I want a multi-story unit in. Maybe here. Next to this police station. I'm not massively bothered about having road maintenance here. I'd probably much rather have a multi-story, like the airport. Trim some of that bush back. Oh. I deleted my cottonwoods. Oops. Add those back in. That does ring a bell. Like, yeah, I'm sure it did, Rich. I'm sure it did. At least transporting produce should be fast. Yeah, you think so, right? Although I think it is a livestock farm compared to a crop one. Can we do a small house in the middle of two skyscrapers like in the film Up? I've not seen Up, Eggsy. Couldn't picture that, sorry. You could have just gone one side though, yeah. It's like, I would love to have known the moment they were informed that was happening. So we know you have this really picturesque farm in a stunning bit of the country. By the way, we've got some works that are going to be going on here in a little bit. I wonder if they tried to protest it. I imagine they must have done. There's no way you'd sit and let that happen, right? I live in a pretty rural area, so if they said like, oh, we're building motorways through these fields, I'd be like, you're not. Absolutely not. Get away. But yeah, I spend my days building highways past virtual people's windows, so maybe there's a lesson to be learned there. I wonder if what I planned in city skylines actually came to be true in real life. Wouldn't that be interesting? Depending on your perspective, maybe. Let's get some palms on the roads around here. I wouldn't mind something of a path system here. Or maybe flatten out the land to the height where this tunnel disappears. And then use a retaining wall to essentially box the tunnel in. Even though that's purely aesthetic, because of course it doesn't really matter. But visually, it looks like this is where the tunnel's flowing, right? And I could keep it hooked into here. We'll worry about gradients later on. I feel like this is going to be a really tall retaining wall though, which will look odd. We'll have to bring it down anyway, because it's already too tall with that exposed bottom layer. We'll worry about the terrain later. Something like that. Let's get rid of those trees. Oh, ignore that node that I've missed. I don't know if I want to run it all the way down, but essentially just to drop the layer here. I think might be quite nice. I'm getting buffering as YouTube acting up, maybe. It's all good on my end, no miss. Yeah, I have 0 drop frames. YouTube and OBS are happy. Is everyone else's stream okay? Stairs to nowhere. It will go somewhere in a minute, no miss. Give it time. It will go somewhere. I'll open this one though. This is going to be pretty steep though. Yeah, very steep actually. We might have to do a little switch back or something here. Stream is good. Okay. Must just be you, Nomis. You give it a refresh, mate. Usually sorts it out for you. We'll use a zoo path for this. And then I could bring it off like this as well. Jesus. Not like that. Pull that back a little bit. I was doing it there as well. Come on, part life path, chill out. It's not that intense. You're only a really small node. Yeah, that's about as far as I can get it. Without it disconnecting. Oh my god. Chill out. There we go. I think we can decorate this quite nicely. Bring that node in the middle down as well so it's not absolutely insane. But that really exposes the tunnel again, doesn't it? Can I mess with the terrain there? No, because that's too close there, isn't it? That's what's deforming. How far would I have to move you off? Can I even hide you there? I see what maybe sinking the node of the tunnel is probably the better fix for that, isn't it? Let's bring it down a little bit. It helps slightly. I'll hide it with trees. I really don't want to rework all that bottom area just to hide a bit of tunnel concrete. We'll just bring it into heavy forest here behind these houses. Which I don't actually have. I have to use Build Guide's forest brush. It's the most tropical I've got, I think. Williams and Rannoch are too boreal. Lots of foliage around that. There you go. It's out of sight, everyone. It's out of mind. Yes, I should have terraforming networks, Nomis. You're absolutely right. I could have used them actually recording Ilium today. I came across a need for terraforming networks. Yeah, I'm happy with how that looks. I think that's pretty cute through there. Oh. Giant bump in the ground. We'll see if we can terraform that maybe. There we go. Okay, and then this little pathway running along the bottom can essentially just continue to hook in with these path nodes. And also along the bottom of the car park here as well. There you go. And for once I'm reluctant to fill that in with concrete, but I think it makes the most sense here, doesn't it? I do feel like I abuse these concrete decals quite a lot. Don't want to go as far as say overusing, but I do use them quite a lot. I like them though. It's freeing. It's infinite airport apron, isn't it? That's my excuse. And then we'll decorate this hillside here as well. Let's have a hydration break, everyone. The throat is very dry. I'll enjoy some hilltop nighttime views here while we have a little break, actually. Thank you for all 116 of you joining me here. I think, guys, I know I mentioned to you I was looking at what times we were going to stream. I think the afternoon streams have been busier. So I think next week and going forward, we might keep streams at like 1, 2, 3 p.m. UK time. It seems to be the busiest time I've found so far. So next week's Tuesday, Thursday streams, I might try it maybe 3 o'clock. See how we do them. What the terraforming networks do. No miss has answered you, yeah, but they're invisible and they'll force the terrain. So if you want the terrain to sit a certain way without having to terraform it like I've just been doing with those keys, you can place one of these invisible terraforming networks and it will shove the terrain down for you. They're very handy. What time is that EST? That is 5 hours ahead of you. So 10 AM if I stream at 3. Still got his noise pollution, hasn't he? Yeah. Shadow bathing? Yeah, it is. I'd 100% live in one of your cities. City planner extraordinaire. Thank you, Rich. Not Frenwood though, mate. No one would choose Frenwood. Not at all. My internet connection is grumpy. I'll watch the VOD later as always. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Thank you so much, Darwin. I missed that. Darwin and No Miss having issues, it would seem. Let's have a poll on that. Yeah, we can do a poll. Although you'll have to translate your own time zones though. Because I can't list them all. What time for streams? Everyone just translate to GMT, the UK time zone. I guess I'll leave 10 AM as an option for morning streams. The Aussies will choose that one. 3 PM or 6 PM. Yeah. Although everyone here's for the 6 PM stream. So they're going to be voting for 6 PM. Oh, hey Jen, nice to see you. How are you? Oh my god, Noob. Yeah, so doing some renovations. You've missed nearly 2 hours. It's nice to see you, Jen. Welcome to the streams. On Frenwood, I meant. But streaming time is good as well. Yes, mine. You're right, yeah. Yeah, as I thought. So, funnily enough, 6 PM wins at the 6 PM time, so what a surprise. It's a bit of a biased poll, that one, everyone. That's a little bit biased. I should probably put that poll on the community tab, to be honest. I'll do that after stream tonight. I'll do that after stream. 10 PM because that means I'm done or home from work. I will be in bed at 10 PM, mate. I will be sleeping. My hard work egg. Not good enough, Jan. How is work? Are you still at the school? Hope life is treating you well, Jan. I'm off and it could be Ilos. We were in Thessia last week. I wouldn't be averse to another Ilos stream. The city doesn't run great now, though. Very old and been hit by a lot of patches. And a lot of assets have gone out of it. Especially the trees. The trees are the biggest issue. Got no reason why not. So at the school with my same student, he's the best. Love to hear that, Jen. I'd love to hear that. And can I bring tiny little mini cliff out here? No, it's totally stopped by the key. That's fine. I guess there's already benches, yeah. I'm trying to over detail. I don't need to. I'm just trying to overcomplicate it. Yeah, I'll put that poll up on the community tab, guys. So you can vote channel-wide rather than the 110 of you that are here right now. Do we want some more complimentary commercial to this little park here? Around the stadium? I feel some low density might go down well. Maybe a selection of University City's finest, perhaps? Could go for a row of these to get the repetitive arches, which is always welcome. It's not too intrusive against the... it is sort of, isn't it? I feel like that really interrupts the museum. What about if we did concrete? What about if we did concrete decals, everyone? How about more concrete decals? Is everyone ready for that? What about if we extend this? Oh, will you not go over? I can't elevate them either. Can I surface paint it? Oh, I can as well. Something like that. And then I want to make a little bit of a plaza here. There's a shocker. I like my concrete. And then some supplementary information associated with the museum, perhaps the arse end of this plane that you can see here. So signage is what we want. I think the nature reserve signs are the most informative, aren't they, if you like? A little bulletin information board that tells you exactly what it is you're looking at here. I think is that maybe just an appropriate, well, more appropriate accompaniment to the museum than commercial. I think. Is the plane supposed to be in the hangar door? Yes, it's a reference to something Disney, isn't it, everyone? Does anyone know the reference? As to why the plane's glitched in. I actually reported this as a bug when we got early access to the airport's DLC. I was like, do you guys know this is glitched? Like, yeah, it's supposed to be. Yeah, I think it's a Disney reference, I believe. I think. And then bring some of these fancy little stone benches down here as well. What's everyone having for dinner tonight? I haven't eaten yet. Although I did forget to get sausages out of the freezer there. I was going to have them. I hope in any future Cities 1 DLCs we get more statue props. I feel like it's a area the official asset pool somewhat lacks in. of bins knocking about as well, right? I really miss these palm plants from the tropical theme. These are such nice plants, these. Is that a bit better, right, guys? I think so. I think I'm much more on board with that back end with the museum there. A light, definitely. An after that light. Should we do it? Let's do an after that light, shall we? What colour would you most associate with planes? I would say blue for some reason. I don't know why. Do that. Really cute little space developing through here now, isn't there? Oh man, my posture is horrific, everyone. Horrific. Hi Egg, 6 PM for me would be best as I work Tuesdays and Thursdays, but if you decide to change the time to earlier, would you consider the live stream on a weekend? I would, mate. My weekends are pretty busy at the minute. But yes, I will get an extra live streaming on a weekend occasionally for you. This is the, yeah, the sign says, this is the way of a plane. Exactly. My cat is taking a cat bath, says bread pickles. I'm kind of hoping for pizza, but having to see what the kids want. I had pizza the other night, Jen. He forgot the pineapple, by the way, everyone. You know, I said I was getting pepperoni and pineapple the other night. He forgot the fucking pineapple. So annoyed. It's like, where is it? This is just pepperoni. Steak, chips and beans. Classic Agro Lion. Classic. Any sauce with that? Or are you dipping the steak in the bean juice, which is a bold choice. If that's what you're doing. Corned beef, hash and eggs. Pizza. Bonomis. Grilled pork chops and sweet potatoes for great ganju. Whatever my fiance cooks. All the statues are too modern, I think. Yeah, I think they are, bread. I just want like some actual people statues, like the Jerry Senior statue. More of those would be good. We're gonna get an early start and counting sheep. See you later, Rune. Thanks for hanging out, mate. EMB is having math for dinner, is he? Or are you answering someone else, EMB? I'll read that as EMB is having maths for dinner. I've been craving pizza since Tuesday. A lot of pizza shout in the chat. I'm glad he forgot the pineapple. How dare you, Flopsky? How dare you? I was devastated at that. I was so looking forward to it after I hyped it up on live stream. And it was just pepperoni. You got a better pizza. Beans with steak and chips. I'm assuming it's tin beans, no miss. Well, yeah, with steak, it's usually with like chicken nuggets or something, or turkey dinosaurs. Rather than a steak, yeah. We're having tacos tonight. Why can't we see you on cam live stream like for you, Candy? I don't know. It's just, I've never done face cam. Because I don't face reveal mainly. That's a big motivator for not doing a face cam. Yeah, I don't know. I started streaming, never did a face cam. Haven't done one since. Got Coco cam, that's much better. When she's here. Bean juice for the sauce. The steak was peppered. I didn't want to use the flavour. Perfect, mate. I love it. Hilarious. What kind of sausage do you like, Mr. Egg? All of them, really, mate. All of them. Cumberland. Blood. Yeah, all of them. The north of England has a fine selection of sausage. So, partake in that, really. Use a mask with the OE logo. Well, we actually have one of them. Jane knitted me a face mask with OE on it. So, like, we literally have one. And I think it's a more impressive office structure through here. I like the hotels, but I just want some nicer office buildings here. Paying rise to some possible IT cluster fusing. Do you know what? I actually went to the butcher's a few months ago and got lamb and feta sausages. Like, one of the nicest sausages I've ever had. It was so good. Anyone ever comes across it, get it and consume it. It was beautiful. Greeks in the chat will be happy with that. I think this is a very good airport building, isn't it? It's the fusing I do quite a lot, this one, but it does have airport vibes to it. The face cam is just an egg. Should I do that? Imagine. I'll just put an egg in my chair and animate it so it looks like it's reading like a script of questions for a face review. And just take it really seriously as people call out saying, egg, stop taking the piss, give us a proper face review. I'll be like, this is it. Like, I literally am an egg. You guys don't believe me, but I've been telling you for years. I am an egg. Why said this is the face reveal? Like, shut up, egg. Stop chatting shit. Usually how it goes. Wonder if we can do an actual hotels thing, yeah. With none of them unlocked, of course. Well, no, because I'm not going through the unlock process on stream. I will force unlock with the wonderful Game Anarchy mod, everyone. Which should open them. Unless it wants to be reset, does it? Oh, does that only work on a reload? Yeah, there you go. Okay, well, we can use the one in Find It, can't we? Find It has an unlock all. Yay, there we go. Fantastic. Oh, that sits and fits, everyone. Isn't that perfect? Not had sausage in a while. I believe European continental sausage is drastically different to British sausage. I remember Lauren, who migrated to Norway, constantly longed for proper British sausage because it's like kind of hot dog sausage that you could find over there, which is very different to like an English breakfast sausage. Saying the word sausage quite a lot, but that's where the conversation's turned. Get some extra little car parks in here as well for the hotel people. Do back to back there. Yes, we can. Perfectly, actually. Isn't that amazing? That block was made to be exactly those assets. Everything just instantly sitted and fitted then. Love it. VTuber, but the mod was just a point. I have thought about doing the VTuber thing before, you know. Setting up a little animated there, because you see, like, look at the burnt peanut. Like, that guy's hilarious. I feel like I could have quite a lot of fun with that, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think it'd be quite funny, wouldn't it? Do you guys want me to become a VTuber? We can just have a little animated egg in the corner that uses my eyes and mouth. Go down that route if you want. I'll do that. Become an E-tuber. I love all beef hot dogs. You think all the sausage talk would make Coco return? She's deaf. She won't hear us. Never had an IKEA hot dog, Joseph. Flopsky loves hot dogs. I love a nice butcher's pork and beef sausage. Sausage they hear though is crap. I'm such a child about giggling about longing for British sausage. You fell into my trap, Lloyd. You fell into my trap. I'll always expose the most immature review by saying stupid things. It made me laugh as well, mate, don't worry. It made me laugh as well. I don't want to continue this retaining wall all the way along, so I'll just soften the land out here. And let that little forest just take over here again. Nearly missed my coaster then, and dropped water everywhere. I did that on live stream once, didn't I? Chuck water all over my keyboard. That was a nightmare. Behind these offices, I think we'll go for a touch more IT cluster. We'll do something smaller. Yeah, maybe something like that to sit in the middle of these two. So it's like all part of the same company, just a complex, if you like. A campus, almost. Nightmare material, that. Do you think, Minette? That's unusually uncomplimentary of yourself. You're usually so supportive of everything I do, Minette. Disappointed to see you against the YouTuber idea. There we go. And then we'll do some bushes through here as well. British sausage is good. Yeah, it's got a much different texture to it, Dave. I think is the take-home point from British sausage. We're gonna get some dislikes on the stream because of this conversation, by the way. So, if you're taking part in the sausage debate, then leave me a like because this is gonna spike the dislikes. Last stream was about beavers. We were talking about the actual meaning of both words every time. For the record. For the record. My question of I didn't know you could eat beaver was directed at the fact someone was eating beaver nuggets. And we are talking about actual sausage here. For anyone listening on the peripheral. Just tuning in. It was a relevant conversation. Not just like, hey guys, what do you think about genitalia? It's just not just break it out in the conversation. I think I'm happy with the sound of the office part now. I'm liking this. Annoying orange shows our age. I remember annoying orange. There was a load of fruits that came up, wasn't there? Do you remember that Tomcat app? It was like a grey cat you could click on. And you could either like punch it in the stomach or stroke its head or pat its back and talk to it. I think it was called Tom, was it? Does anyone remember that app? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Beaver nuggets doesn't sound great. I didn't even see his answer. I didn't even get the answer for that. I didn't know if beaver nuggets was reformed beaver meat or something else entirely. I didn't actually see the answer. Not a clue. I'm going to keep this fence going all the way along the road, actually. Beaver nuggets are delicious but overrated. That still doesn't answer my question there. What are they? Are they beavers? Or is it something else? Are we talking about Bucky's beaver nuggets? Yes, Josh, we are. We are. Rocks in the road. Thanks, Jen. We got it. They're corn puffs, right? Thank you very much. Appreciate the answer. Appreciate the answer. Finally noticed it. So we're talking like kind of a Cheeto sort of texture. Kind of like melt in the mouth, kind of like what's it Cheeto snack? Is that what they are? Are they cheese flavoured? This overgrowth does float a little bit, but I'm not massively against it. I'll do it. I don't even know how to describe them. I hated Tomcat, my nephew. Yeah, Tomcat, that's what it was, isn't it? It's a stupid app, it's ridiculous. It's so annoying. There's quite a few of them. I remember that being really popular though, then there was loads of like knockoff spin-off apps from that Tom one, wasn't there? I think let's go with some overgrown tree brush through here. Let the tree line kind of thin out a little bit before it kicks back in again either side. I like that it stops here right by the bus stop. That's very sweet. Very appropriate public transit location, that, isn't it? Hopefully the switchback police are okay. Is anyone upset with the switchback? Let's open that node up a little bit as well, shall we? Corn puffs is the best way to describe them. Buffalo wings aren't made from buffalo either. That's a very good shout, Ian B. It's a very good shout. Similar texture, but more of a kettle can flavour. That raises more questions, Flopsy. I have no idea what a kettle can is. I've never heard of beaver nuggets, but I've never been to Buc-ee's. Yeah, I think they kind of come hand in hand, really. Here's the switchback, please. Subdivision of the gradient, please, no miss. Like a special task force. But I did once manage to convince a guy online they are called bison wings in Europe. Because of the metric system, that's hilarious. I love that. Okay. I think I'm pretty happy with this, everyone. I think I'm liking the way this has turned out. Nice little redevelopment here of what was a pretty disgusting area, to be honest. I wouldn't mind adding some stuff here, actually. This is all very forested and probably deserves to be a little more built up, especially on this big corner, although the terrain is not remotely happy around here. I wonder if I can actually multi-slope that entire road. Probably can, I imagine. Cashback. Wonderful. It does eat into that hill, but that's okay. I'm not bothered about that, really. This looks like... Oh, 5x4. I thought it was 9 long, rather. That's fine. Let's get some nice corner assets. We'll use high density commercial here. We want really cute corner buildings. Mid-century modern's not really the vibe here, I don't think. I'm going to need a 1x1 as well. Or a 2x4, so I can get another 4 deep there. Is that too big for here? Yeah, I don't like it so close to a low density home like that. It's a little bit... It's a bit much, that, isn't it? A bit much. Maybe mid-century modern will be quite nice there, actually. I really like the black and the white contrast here between mid-century modern and Shibuya assets. Maybe next time I'm at Buc-ee's, I'll get some beaver nuggets for you and ship them over. Please do, Plotsky. Please do. Although we did actually look into getting a PO box set up. They're insanely expensive. I love the Buc-ee's chat. I need to get them to sponsor the streams, don't I? I'm getting a lot of exposure from me. Would you guys like that if I just opened every episode of Ilium with like, oh, hello people, like welcome back to episode 27 of Ilium. Before we get started today, we're actually sponsored by Bookies. You can pick up a pound of beaver nuggets for $5. Is that a good deal? I've no idea. I can't fathom how big a pound of beaver nuggets is. Americans, let me know. I might even come down to low density residential here actually. $5 for a pound of beaver nuggets. Do you guys want me to swing that deal? Be like, hey, I'm a City Skylines YouTuber. Would love to set up a sponsor for a deal on beaver nuggets. I'll bring you into that. I could do the stairs there. I'm probably just going to bring that node up to the same height actually, because it's tearing the terrain around the building here. And then something a little more medium density this way. I do want to do some emerging downtown districts in Noob Yolk. We probably won't have time tonight, but I've really enjoyed renovating Noob Yolk actually, so we'll probably stream this city again. There's a lot of satisfaction I think to be had with renovating complete vanilla builds with some later quality of life mods. Almost like a second life for the city really, isn't it? Get that bag. I need to get a contact at Bookings first. Why is that pillar there? That's not a normal pillar. It's because I turned off road bending, isn't it? That's why the monorail hates me tonight. It still hates me there as well. It's still doing it. Yeah, it still creates it. That must be anarchy. Being annoying. Could just do that. It's probably the easier solution, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, there you go. We'll just do that. I don't like that monorail pillar there. There we go. And then some potential 2D assets to sit along this bit of the road here. For the longest time, the Bookies billboards were how I knew how I was getting close to Texas on my drive back. Is it only in Texas, Josh? Or is it countrywide? Was it only in the south, maybe? Is that how you know you're heading close to Texas? Because Bookies is in the south. Hey, Poplar, how's it going, mate? It's nice to see you. I was thinking about you the other day, actually. I was thinking of the Gibraltar map. We were talking about it on the stream. I'm good, mate. How are you? How are you? I could buy that farm and turn it into the first UK Bookies, imagine. That would be hilarious. I'll try it. Planning permission might be a bit difficult. I have to get in with the franchise as well first, goodness me. A lot of work. Is it essentially 3 tiles deep here, actually? Oh, can we get away with that fusing? This will look really cool against the highway. Highways police might not be happy with it. I have to be careful of clipping with the actual lanes as well. Do we like this? Filling this space with assets here between the highway and the arterial. As long as it's behind the safety barrier, I don't hate it. Not all of them are, though. That one's alright. Just pull it in. Something a bit smaller. Or lower, I guess. It's countrywide now. It originated in Texas, did it really? I was going to say the gas pumps give big Texan vibes, don't they? Maybe we could put one of these bars here so you can have a drink next to the highway. Hilarious. We won't do that. Yeah, okay. I don't mind this here. I'd be happy with that, I think. That's what I meant, an emerging downtown 4x4 cluster. Yeah, that would be quite nice though, actually. You are right. They pay really well at bookies as well. Overcharged Beaver, says Lloyd Murray. Really love that monorail coming through here. I'm going to take the... yeah, I'm going to take the trees off of this road here, under the bridge. Go for a 6-lane median all the way through here. Wonderful. Fantastic, everyone. It's come to 2.5 hours there, which leaves us pretty much done with this redeveloped area. But I think there's certainly more areas I would like to revisit Noob Yolk and do. I think this area here is nothing special. It's just mass zoned green cities. So we can probably bring in some emerging downtown blocks here next time if you like. And there's probably lots of little spots like this we can do with some model of... I don't want to change a ton of the city centre. I do like Noob Yolk for what it is in the downtown. I don't want loads of towers. Apart from over here, obviously, which was very much a skyscrapers expansion. Slowly Americanizing egg. I am already an 8th American, technically, I suppose. Should we go look around Noob Yolk for a little bit? One of my favourite views over here, actually, is looking from the interchange that we built. Back to the city centre. You get a real big sprawl in Noob Yolk, especially actually. Let me change the FOV. I do this for cinematics sometimes. Look at that, right? You get like a real sprawl, don't you, in Noob Yolk? It goes back for quite a while as well. And I'm up to here. It's a big city. There's 100,000 people, which is a bit big for me because I don't use a lot of high density residential. The airport is really tight in there, yeah. Right between the skylines. Yeah. Really interesting city, Noob Yolk. I think Ilium's airport is going to be quite similar to this, at least the regional airport close to the downtown, that is. And of course the gorgeous turbine interchange as well. Love this. One of the most successful episodes of the Noob's Guide was actually over here. How to build high density, which now has a really nice view to those back city skylines there, doesn't it? Even seeing the observatory. God, Noob Yolk's gorgeous. I really like this city. Really, really like it. But yeah, we will leave it there, guys, at 2.5 hours. Thank you so much for hanging out. I realise that poll tonight is a little biased, so don't take it as gospel. Instead, we will likely... Well, we will put it on the community tab. Yeah, the streams in the afternoons have been busier, so I think for my audience, early to mid-afternoon UK seems to be the best time for streaming on the channel. So yeah, I think next week, next Tuesday and Thursday, we'll try 3 PM. But I hope you're enjoying the more consistent streaming though. Done it for 2 weeks now. It is nice to be live again as well. I'm having a great time messing about in the old cities. And if you want to see any other games on stream as well, let me know in the live chat or the comments afterwards. Yeah, yeah, because it'd be nice to break away from CS on live stream sometimes. I know we cover other games in videos occasionally, but it'd be good to stream some as well. Massive shout out to Josh, Mags, Miner, Casino, all the mods that have turned up tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out, guys. And a shout out to the regulars: Nomis, Shannon, EMB, The Dizzy, Lloyd, Ganji, Flopsky, Poplar, Spooky Banana, Jen, and Joseph, and Scope. So I love it. Thank you so much for hanging out, guys. You're all so amazing. I appreciate you spending your Thursdays with me. Again, there's no videos for the remainder of this week. I'm afraid the secret sauce continues to cook. That'll be back to normal next week once Ilium releases on Monday morning, for which 50 of you now can now go watch on early access if you like. And thank you so much to Mehmet for another 50 gifted memberships. That's 100 gifted this week, Mehmet. You are insane, my friend. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it, mate. That's like wild support. And for the super chatters tonight as well. Equally as grateful for you guys supporting the channel. I'll see you soon. And as always, enjoy the rest of your day. Oh, leave me a comment on the VOD afterwards as well, if you've got nothing else to do. Please. Helps them cook. Alright, see you later, guys. Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.